Hello everyone, today we'll be taking a look at Flakpanzer 38T KugelBlitz from Takom in 1/35th scale. So this is basically a Panzer 38T hull with the Flakpanzer on top of it, the KugelBlitz turret. Okay, so here are the paint schemes you can do. You can do one with camo, you can do one that doesn't have any camo. I'll probably do the one with the camo. I like the O-rings on there. Here is your sprue list. And let's get crack-a-lackin' and open this one up. Alrighty. So, first things first. Here is our instructions. Let's take a look through them. So Takom is very nice, where they have bags for your instructions. Okay. So, you get some parts with your instructions. You have your decals. You can make tank number 223 or 113. Color changes, which one you want. You also get the iron crosses. You get one sheet of photo etch for the grill, and you also get some wire for your chain in the front. Okay, now actually let's take a look through the 38T KugelBlitz. So you get some history for the tank, and then here are your parts. Let's take a look at our instructions. So first things first, you're building the suspension for your little tank. You build the wheel hubs, and then the rear part looks like the starter. And then you have your tracks, then the side panels. Then you put the wheels on, including the drive sprockets. Link and length track is very nice. The parts will just get us, the tracks will assemble around. And you actually have different parts to note the different sides of the tracks, which is very nice. Once the lower hull has been complete, the upper hull is next. You build viewports, the grill, and then the upper hull goes on like that. The side panels get attached to the tank, including the exhausts, the jack, and then you build the gun turret. It looks like a Star Wars gun turret, honestly. You build the barbette for the gun turret. The entire gun turret goes in. The barrels go on, you put it on the tank, and then here is your painting schemes. So you can have one like this, or like this. This one's simplest, I think, but this one honestly looks the coolest. Okay, so this is the end of the instructions. Let's get crack-a-lackin' on this kit. So, let's open these sprues up. So, first sprue, here we have the G and the H sprue. G sprue has the small parts on here, hatches and the rear panel, as well as looks like a wheel hub and one part of the turret. It's some very nice parts on here, very sharp toolings. Takom has a tendency to do that. H sprue has a very nice machine gun, and then some additional hatches and panels, and then a toolbox, and some additional small parts. I can't tell exactly what they are. Okay, moving on. Next sprue, here we have the R sprue. Let's take this out. So the R sprue has your barbette for the turret, the two halves of the turret right here, the face of the turret, the gun barrels for the turret, and then some mounting parts for the turret. Very, very cool. And the turret would just sit in this barbette, which actually shows the barbette is actually quite big for this tank. Alrighty. Let me get that back in there. And we will go take a look at the next sprue, which is the U sprue. The U sprue looks like it's parts for a Hetzer, but I guess they're sharing the same sprues because you can tell this is a Hetzer. These are Hetzer parts. It's probably just using the exhaust and the extra track links. Standardized parts, and then you also have the rear grill. So yeah, you won't use all the parts in here. Okay. Next sprue. The V sprue. So the V sprue has, so you just take this out so you can see this better. Okay, it looks like this is a separately sealed part. So the V sprue has very good armor texture on here. Very, very good welding texture. You just hear the sound. It's very nice. You also have additional grill back plate and then the side panels over here. So this is the lower hull and this is the upper hull. And these are some very solid pieces and honestly quite large. And compared to my 38T down here, it's roughly the same thing, but it's kind of like wider. It's definitely wider than a 38T. And then compared to because like, honestly, this thing's much more similar to a Hetzer than a 38, like stock 38. Yeah, because this is more like the width of a Hetzer, honestly. That's the Hetzer, and this is my 38T. Anyways, moving on from there, we now arrive at our wheels. Our sprue has the wheels. Individually riveted wheels are very nice. The insides are also riveted. Very sharp toolings. Okay, now let's take a look at the two B sprues. So the B sprues is your gear, I think. So you have your sprockets, drivetrain, suspensions, and then small parts, and then you have a bunch of shells. But I believe that these shells are for a Hetzer, not for the KugelBlitz. Definitely for the Hetzer. Because this kit uses all the sprues for the Hetzer. It's just some new parts in here. You know, alrighty. Again, these are very sharp toolings. They look very, very nice. Let's get this back in there. And then let's take a look at these. So these sprues are your tracks. The classic German Hetzer tracks. Very sharp details on them. Thankfully, they are just single piece, so you wouldn't have to cut multiple pieces out for the first one. Hint, hint, wink, wink, hobby boss. So there is good texture on them, link and length. Compare that to the Hetzer's tracks. They look very nice, pretty much on par. These guys do have more detail than Tamiya tracks for sure, which is nice. Anyways, that brings us in to the end of this unboxing video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a very big kit, honestly. It's kind of daunting to actually build this one because it has a lot of parts compared to a normal tank kit. But at the same time, I'm pretty dang excited because it's definitely trying something new. And my favorite tank is the 38T, so I really do want to make a few more 38Ts because I got a Hetzer and then the stock 38T, and then I can make myself the KugelBlitz and have another 38T kit somewhere. That's cool. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.